Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing one of my pick a card readings, and as you can see I have a lot of unicorn magic here. The question for this pick a card reading is, what is the message from my teenage self? So teenage years could be anywhere from between 13 years old to 19 years old. So the teens. For this reading, just go ahead and center yourself. So taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So letting that breath out. Fully exhale, and you can do that a few times until you feel like you are still. And then go to the pile that you are most drawn to for your message. You could be drawn to maybe more than one pile. Maybe you just want to hear all of the readings, and that's fine too. If there's something that doesn't click with you, then obviously that wasn't meant for you. It was probably meant for somebody else who was watching, and that's fine. So this is just general. It's not, I didn't have any specific people in mind when I pull the cards. Although if you do want a reading that's more specific, you can always head over to my website, www.kittensweightsandtarot.com, where I have a ton of different types of readings based on, your preference. Above each of my piles here, I have a little piece of Aura Quartz, and so I have some blue pieces of Aura Quartz, and then I have like a little rainbow piece here. Yeah, so I just thought it kind of went with my unicorn theme here. And when I was coming up with the question to do for my pick a card reading, I was really drawn to, I was like, well, maybe more of some information coming in from our child self, and it was like, no, it needs to be more of our teenage self. So maybe you're watching this and your teens were just like a few years ago. That's fine. You could still be getting a message from your teenage self. So I brought in some selenite for this reading. So I have a couple of selenite towers here, which also kind of mimic a unicorn's horn. And so let me show you the decks that I am using for this. I am going to be using the Oracle of the Unicorns. I am also going to be using the other Oracle of the Unicorns, but this one is in German and it is a different deck. And I'm going to be using the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. All right, so hopefully you have by now picked your pile. You can skip ahead. I put the timestamps down below in the information box so that you can easily and quickly find the pile and that reading that you wish to hear. All right, so here we go. I'm going to be starting with pile number 1. So this is a message from your teenage self. So anywhere between 13 years old and 19 years old. Okay, I'm just going to turn over all 3. And here we go. Okay, so first card here, I'm just going to be looking at the Oracle of the Unicorns card. And it says past lives. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. Okay, and then we have Einhornstein, which is a unicorn stone. And then here we have the 6 of Cups, which makes sense because we're going back to our teenage years. Okay, so let me sit with these for a second. Okay, so I am getting not so much a like looking back into like a past life, so a life that's beyond this one, but more the keystone, which is the Einhornstein. The keystone being looking to who you were. What age am I getting? 15. Okay, so looking to who you were at 15, what was going on in your life at the time. Who were your friends, the situations that were going on. I'm sorry that the camera is shaking, the washer and dryer going on behind me. Yeah, and so I'm just really feeling like maybe doing a bit of work. 15-year-old you. Um, I feel like there's a lot of healing to be done from that age. There could be a lot of things that were repressed at that time. A lot of habits that you may have gotten into, mindsets you may have gotten into right at that time at 15, that still stick with you today. And so what I'm getting with this past lives thing and this, the keystone basically being that go back to 15 and start making connections with, your mindsets and habits that you have now, because a lot of the things that you do are stemming from 15. And so I'm getting that it's now that you're an adult, it's okay to hold on to some things about ourselves from, certain ages, but some of those things I'm feeling that it's time to let go of them. Because you're not 15 anymore. You're, for the most part, you're not at your parents' house anymore. Some of the people that were in your life at the time probably aren't in your life anymore. And so it's okay to let go of those mindsets and those habits. Okay, so that is for 15. Okay, the age of 15. Okay, and that is pile number 1. All right, going on into pile number 2. What is a message from your teenage self? So anywhere between 13 and 19 years of age. Okay, so I'm going to just flip all of these over and see what we get. Okay, so the first card from the Oracle of the Unicorns is nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. And then from the German Oracle of the Unicorns, we have König and Königin. So this is King and Queen. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Okay. So I feel like whoever has picked this pile, at a certain age in your teenage years, and I'm getting early on in your teens, like really early teens, so earliest being 13, that there was a major shift going on in your life. What I see that shift is with the König and Königin is mom and dad. So could have been a separation, a different living situation, just a change in their relationship caused a huge change for you, and possibly if you have any brothers or sisters. So I see that, Wheel of Fortune is, there was a huge shift at that time, and now in your life, there is another big shift going on. And how you once used to deal with changes. Some changes could have been good, and some changes maybe not so good. But you were one to retreat. Maybe that you didn't live next to a forest or anything, but retreat could have been just a particular tree in your neighborhood. You would just go hang out there, go clear your thoughts, try to figure out, make sense of what's going on. It could be that you rode your bike or your skateboard to the local park or something like that. And although I don't see, obviously now there isn't a mom and dad situation going on, but there is a almost mirror situation of what went on with your parents at that time going on with you and a current relationship, whether or not you're married. And so I see that Wheel of Fortune. I see it playing out again. And so I see you maybe trying to retreat out into nature, doing what you did when you were younger, trying to figure it out. And what I get from the unicorns here is that it's okay to do your retreats, and try to figure things out. But instead of fully, emotionally pulling yourself away like you did when you were a kid, you're going to have to face the situation that's going on now, because now you are that king and queen. You are where your parents were way back when. And so, in order for this cycle, in order for you not to repeat what happened in the past, you're going to have to make changes. If you don't make changes, you're going to follow the same or similar path as your mom and dad. And I'm not saying that you need to, let's say you're in a situation that's not happy and you want to get out. That's fine, get out. But just how you deal with the situation and, just really, really looking at what's going on instead of trying to block things out like you did before. So it's okay to retreat into nature. Get a hold of what's going on, really think things out. But this time you have to face it. Do what your parents couldn't do. Okay? All right, so that is for pile number 2. All right, going on into pile number 3. And we're going to turn these over here. All right, so we have healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. And then we have Schönheit, which is beauty. And then we have the chariot. Okay, so let's see what this message is from in between 13 and 19 years old. So we have healer, we have beauty, and we have the chariot. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. This is like mid-teens to late teens. I'm getting that this is when maybe you started getting into things kind of like woo-woo things, or maybe you already were, but you started noticing that you had an ability to heal. I'm not saying like magically heal people, but like when people were in your presence, like friends, if they were feeling down, they would come to you because they would feel better after having spoken with you. You're just a really good listener, and that's a healing ability, is as when people's moods are lifted just by having the ability to talk to you, and then you listen to them. I think that you were one that gave some pretty sage advice. And I think it was around this time where you're like, I have like a knack for this. I think I'm pretty good with this. But I think as you got older, that's something that, fell by the wayside because, other things came up in our lives, as they always do. Feeling like, my life is going here now, and I'm off to college now, or I'm, doing this now, I'm in this career. And so that what you once were able to do, your healing abilities, just making people feel better, you stopped practicing that. And I think that, people still do come to you and you still do make them feel better, but I think you're less conscious of your effect on others. And what I'm getting here with the chariot is the unicorns are trying to tell you to make this more of a conscious thing of like, hey, I forgot that I was pretty good at this. I think I should hone my abilities. So I'm really getting from them that this is something you should get back into. Really hone. Maybe you want to go into taking some Reiki classes or something like that. Maybe getting your counseling credential, for a school, But yeah, I'm just getting that, this was something that you were able to do. You can still do. You just haven't focused on it in a while. So you need to kind of bring this back because this is something that you really have a knack for and you're really good at it. And people really do benefit from your natural healing abilities. So yeah, that sounds beautiful actually with the Schönheit. All right, so that is for pile number 3. All right, going into pile number 4. Let's see what the unicorns have for us. What is the message for your teenage self, ages 13 through 19? Okay, so first card we have is cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. And then we have Der Hochrat der Einhörner, which is High Council of the Unicorns, Unicorn High Council. And then we have the King of Swords. And first of all, I want to point out moon, cycles, council, circle here. And then we have the crescent moons here. So I'm just pointing that out. Okay, so let me tune into what they're trying to say here. Okay, so I'm getting a feeling that the person that picked this pile is a little bit more mature. So maybe cycling almost into crone. A lot of bodily changes. So this can be male or female. I know that as women get older, we'll go eventually, all of us will go through menopause, but men go through changes too as they get older. And so I'm getting that instead of just letting the changes overwhelm you, be the King of Swords. Start taking action. Start going to the doctors more often, even though maybe that's not your favorite thing to do. Maybe take up acupuncture for the little, annoyances that come with getting older. And so this is coming from your teenage self who once went through puberty. There was a lot of changes going on. You had to, they had education classes that were there to help you out so you can figure out what's going on with your body, because oftentimes it's like, what is happening? For guys it's like, I'm getting hair on my face, and ladies start sprouting breasts and things like that. And so there were some huge changes going on in adolescence, and it seems like now there are some huge changes going on with your body again. And they're saying, before you had school helping out of hey, everybody, we're going to take a, human sexuality class now, or we're going to learn about the body. And, but there's nobody making you take a class now on getting older, and your body going through changes. And it's up to you to finally go to the doctors and start figuring out what's going on with your body so that you know how to best handle it now, because you're going to have to, you can't treat it like you did when you were 19, because you're not 19 anymore. So I'm really getting that you're going to have to tune into what your body actually needs right now, instead of trying to pretend like your body's not changing. Change, it's inevitable. We're all going to grow old. So I'm really getting from your teenage self who once went through puberty is like, please go take care of yourself. Please find out what's going on so it's not such a mystery. And things, the more you know, the less scary things will be. Okay, all right, so that is for pile number 4. All right, you guys, so that's it from me. If you have any comments or questions, place that in the comment section down below. And I really enjoy doing these pick a card readings, and I really liked being able to dive into some information from our teenage self. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com and head over to that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. If you want to support what I do here on YouTube and in the community at large, all my peeps over there at Patreon are helping to bring my Oracle deck to life, helping me when I want to do more meetups, equipment for my YouTube channel, and yeah, every little bit helps, and you can help out for as little as $1 a month, and you get freebies in the process. So definitely go check that out. And one last thing before I go, right now we're in the middle of #GiveCember. So I started something called #GiveCember so that our little woo-woo community can play a little Secret Santa with each other. And in order to sign up for that, you just email me at tara@kittenswaitsandtarot.com. Email me your address, and by December 15th, I am going to pair your address with somebody else's address, and you will be receiving an email with that person's address without a name, and you're just going to mail a gift to them. You know, maybe make something if you're a little crafty, or if you have a deck laying around that you're not using anymore that's in decent condition, maybe a crystal or two that you're not using anymore. You know, and it's just a fun way for us to give and receive gifts from each other. And then just put #GiveCember on the package when you send it, so they kind of know where this package is coming from, since there isn't going to be a name. Yeah, and you know, if you are... And also this is for, you know, anything that is near and dear to your heart. Like, let's say you are connected to the Humane Society, you volunteer there. You know, post that on social media, make a video about it, so that, and use #GiveCember, so other people might want to join your cause as well. Maybe you work with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Maybe you volunteer at the homeless shelter. But this way we could see all the good things that our community is doing for the larger community, our cities and our states, the people in our neighborhoods. All right, so I look forward to receiving more of those addresses, so we can have a lot of gift giving this year. And yeah, that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.